The main job or the task of the data link layer is, first of all, it is called framing. Second one is called physical addressing. Third one is called flow of control or the flow data control. Next one is basically error control, and the last one is called access control. So in data link layer, basically the task of the data link layer is called framing. That is called how to manage of data. Means, as you know that whenever a particularly system or sender sends its data to the receiving end, it is normally consisting of packets, and every individual packet must contain the frames or the frame concepts, which is normally called the bit streams. So the main task of the data link layer is called the manage of data in the form of framing. Means how much frame should be flow from one end to another end. And the next particular point says that physical addressing, which basically add a header to the subsequent packet or the frame, and as well as that particular address is a particular node of the network. As you know that every individual node which is available with the subsequent network having its unique identity, that is normally called Internet Protocol address, to which the data can be communicated from one end to another end. And the third particularly point says that it is called flow control. That is normally called it control the speed of sender and as well as receiver. Means how much data can be travel or can be transmit from one end to another end, that can be completely controlled by the data link layer. And the next particular point says that it is normally having the error control, that is detection or detect and as well as correct. As you know that physical layer transmit data between two nodes as raw bits. It means physical layer is directly or normally closely related to the physical medium, or that is normally called the communication channel. So the main task of the physical layer is basically called it transmit data between two subsequent nodes as raw bits, that is zeros and ones. So in this case, that is data link layer detects and as well as correct any error in the transmitted data. Means the main task of the data link layer is normally called check the transmitting data whether it is correct or not. If it having certain particular error, so it can be detected and as well as after that it can be corrected. And the last point says that is called access control. Suppose two or more particularly devices are connected to the same link. Some cases one link can be established by the help of more than one nodes. So in that case, it is necessary to determine which device has control over the link at any given time. It means more than one particular devices whenever connect to a single link, there should be actually how the data can be transmitted from one node to another node, that is completely done by the data link. So that's why the bit stream which is passed, that should be controlled, or that is normally called how the access or how accessing the bit stream from one end to another end, that can be done by the subsequent particularly data link. And the next particularly layer in the OSI reference model, that is called network layer. So the network layer is normally called it is normally source to destination delivery of data packets. The main task of the network layer is normally how the particularly data packets normally travels or delivered from source to destination. And the next particularly point says that logical addressing, that is 32-bit addressing. Every individual particularly node which is available with the network having its own identity, that is normally called its own address. So this particular layer, that is called network layer, set up a logical communication path between the communication nodes. After that, it can convert the frames into packets. Means packet is normally called a collection of frames. So first of all, it is normally create a communication path between two subsequent nodes, that is source to destination node, and after that it can actually convert the frames into packets and decides the transmission path. How the data can be communicated over a transmission, or you can say the communication path, that can be directed by the network layer. And the third particularly point, as I say, like data routing, use the different network access devices such as routers, switches, etc. Like different type of network access devices which are available with the data communication medium. So by the help of this particularly network access device, it can actually routing data from one particular end to another end. So that's why the main part of the network layer is normally called, or normally establish the protocol related thing, that is you can say transmission control protocol and as well as Ethernet protocol. And the next particular layer in the OSI model is called transport layer. So the transport layer is basically accept the message of arbitrary length, any length message it can accept from the session layer. Means after that the previous part of the layer is basically called session layer. So it is basically the transport layer task is process to process delivery. Means how the process can be delivered from one particular end to another end, and can be completely hereby or the under the supervision of transport layer. It also ensures intact delivery of messages. It can provide the ensure or ensureness of the particular message is normally delivered properly in a subsequent location, or you can say source to destination location. And in this particular layer also, it checks for error and as well as flow control at source to destination level. Like other layers, like data link layer, transport layer also assures or checks the error and as well as flow control to source to destination level. And the next particular point says that server point addressing, that is port addressing. Every individual particularly node having its own port, and that particular port can be communicate the incoming and as well as the outgoing data. So that's why it normally establishes the service point address. And the most important particularly task of or responsibility of this layer, that is called transport layer, is normally called segmentation and as well as reassembly. As you know that one protocol called transmission control protocol, that is TCP, and IP, that is internet protocol, is normally having any arbitrary length message, any length message should be converted into smallest packets. And after that, the sender system normally divided each particular packet into each particular every message into smallest individual packets, and the packet should be transmitted over the network. On the destination end, it normally reassemble or it normally collect all the subsequent packet and to make a particular a complete message. So the segmentation and reassemble is normally called, each segment is assigned to a sequence number because it is having an acknowledgement number or as well as a sequence number, because in this case every individual message, any length message, divided into specific packets, and specific packets normally transferred or transmit from one end to another end. After that, at the destination end, transmission control protocol again reassemble that particular. And the last point says that connection control, that is it normally makes three subsequent particularly task. First of all, it creates the connection, or it is normally called connection establishment, and after that it can communicate, that is called the maintain, and third is called the termination. So the one of the most important particularly task or job of a transport layer is to establish connection, maintaining, that is normally called communication of packets or communication of frames from source to destination, and last, after actually reach all the subsequent messages to the destination, and it is normally disconnecting that, or the connection is basically terminated. And the next particular layer in the list, that is called session layer. And session layer normally provides this particular layer is responsible for establishing, maintaining, and as well as terminating a session between two subsequent users, or that is normally called two end users. So basically, this layer is normally provide a session. Session is nothing; it is a time-bound period through which the data can be communicated from one system to another system. So that's why the time bound period, say some microsecond or some milliseconds, normally provided by the session layer. In this particularly like time, the data can be communicated from one end to another end. So that's why the session layer normally responsible for network dialog controller, means it establishes, maintains, and synchronizes the interaction between communication system, that is called processes. So the process, or you can say the message or the packet or the frame, whichever be. So that should be normally flow from the over the media, or by the help of the session layer, it normally established the subsequent particularly session for a certain time period. It again maintains that particular time bound period, and after that it can synchronize, because each and every particular bit of data should be travel from one end to another. And the next particular point says that it adding a checkpoints of data particularly stream. It creates for a particular like checkpoints for the data stream, that is the flow of data. That is, it divides a file into pages and insert a checkpoint at every fixed interval to ensure that each page is received and acknowledged independently. If some problems arise, like crash system or crash particular concepts are there, only that page will be restarted. Simple. Mainly the checkpoint of the data stream is nothing. Suppose you have a file, and the file normally contains more than one page. So whenever you scan that particular page or scan that particular file, you have scanned page by page. If one page, normally whenever you scan that particular page, if it having certain error or certain fault concepts, so you did not need to scan the entire particular file. You have to focus about the subsequent page, which is normally having certain errors. In this manner, your particular checkpoints is normally provided in the data stream. So every individual file normally divided into certain specific pages, and every individual page should be transmitted over the network from the end users or to end users. If that particular like page having any problem, so it normally resend that subsequent page. So after receiving one page from source to destination, it normally the destination point or the particular like receiver normally sends a acknowledgement to the sender, and after that it can actually like transmit the next particular page. So every individual page must having a particular checkpoint and as well as the sequence number. So in this manner, the data can be highly secure. And the next particular layer in the list is called presentation layer. Presentation layer is all about the syntax concept, means it concern about the format of the data block, and as well as semantics, which normally include the control information for the coordination and as well as the error handling information. Means your presentation layer is all about, say अगर हम लोग कोई प्रोग्रामिंग करते हैं, जैसे कि लाइक C++, जावा टाइप का प्रोग्राम करते हैं, उसमें हम लोग क्या करते हैं, देयर आर सर्टेन स्टेटमेंट्स हम लोग वहां पे डिफाइन करते हैं, एंड एवरी इंडिविजुअल स्टेटमेंट हैविंग इट्स ओन सिंटैक्स एंड एज वेल एज ओन semantics. So in this manner, your presentation layer also providing that type of thing. It normally the main responsibility of like presentation layer is normally called syntax and as well as semantics of information. It means Syntax, the concern particularly, it concern about the format of the data block. Means how the data block is normally called like in a syntax form, that is called in the general form. And the second is called the semantics of information. It normally provides or includes the control information for coordination and as well as error handling, because each and every layer having its own particularly job or own functions, as I say earlier, independently. So that's why every individual layer must have a checking or particular dictating and as well as correcting of the subsequent message which is flow from one layer to another layer. And the next particular point says that it is called translation. Translation is nothing, decoding and decoding concept should be done in this particular like layer. So through which it can be converting into digital to analog or analog to digital. That is called encoding and as well as decoding system are normally like handled by this subsequent particular layer. And the most important thing is called data encryption and decryption. Encrypt and decrypt of data, because it normally whenever the data flow from one end to another end, that should be highly secure while reaching its destination or while it is creating. So that's why the presentation layer normally providing the encryption and as well as decryption of the subsequent data. And the last particular point says that the data compression, because as you know that huge amount of data whenever pass from one system to another system, due to traffic it may halt. So that's why the subsequent data which is provided or the subsequent message or file normally provide from one end to another end, that should be in a compression mode, means that is in a compact mode. So basically data compression is nothing, the importance in transmission of multimedia files such as video, audio and as well as text. So suppose अगर हम लोग कोई पर्टिकुलर लाइक वीडियो अपलोड कर रहे हैं या वीडियो डाउनलोड कर रहे हैं, दैट इज नॉर्मली अपलोडिंग एंड डाउनलोडिंग. जो अपलोड होता है या डाउनलोड होता है वो फ्रेमिंग पार्ट में होता है. इट इज नॉट एक्चुअली हम लोग जो बोलते हैं पूरा की पूरा फाइल एक साथ नहीं आता है. इट इज नॉर्मली कॉल्ड इन फ्रेमिंग मोड. So that's why it is normally in a compressed mode. It is normally in a small, particularly like huge amount of particular file can be like converting into the small amount of particular file or small amount of space. So that can be done by the help of one software or one application, that is called data decompression. And the main task of the presentation layer is basically called syntax and semantics of information, translation, and as well as data encryption and decryption, and the last is normally called data compression. And the last layer in the OSI model is basically called application layer. As I say earlier, application layer is somehow or completely related with the end user environment, or you can say we are directly interacting with the applications layer. So that's why it enables one to access the network. So basically your physical layer is related with the physical medium, that is normally called the communication medium, and the upper layer particularly normally known as the application layer always related with or always nearby the subsequent end users. So it provides interfaces and supports for like services like email, remote file access, transfer of data, etc. Because whenever we normally send certain mail and as well as whenever we access certain file system from a remote location, or whenever we transfer certain files or any of our data from one end to another end, that can be like provided by a particular interface through which we can actually communicate. Simple logic. अगर हम लोग ईमेल अगर सेंड करना चाहते हैं तो ईमेल के लिए हम लोग के पास क्या होना चाहिए? ईमेल के लिए हम लोग के पास नॉर्मली एनी ईमेल अकाउंट होना चाहिए. लाइक इट मस्ट रिक्वायर अ वेब ब्राउजर. अगर हम लोग इंटरनेट के साथ एक्सेस करना चाहते हैं या इंटरनेट को एक्सेस करना चाहते हैं या कोई भी रिसोर्सेज को यूज करना चाहते हैं इंटरनेट में, फॉर दैट इट मस्ट रिक्वायर द सब्सिक्वेंट पर्टिकुलरली एप्लीकेशन व्हिच इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द नेटवर्क. सिमिलरली हम लोग अभी करंटली जूम एप्लीकेशन यूज कर रहे हैं, तो जूम आपका एक इंटरफेस हो गया जो जिसके थ्रू हम लोग एक्चुअली कम्युनिकेट हो रहे हैं. So that's why it provides the interface and as well as supports for services like email facilities, like remote file access, transfer of files, etc. And next point says that it allows users to log on to a remote host, act as a network virtual terminal. So basically we can actually log in the remote system. Suppose जैसे कि हम लोग एक एग्जांपल ले रहे हैं, मेरे पास एक जीमेल अकाउंट है. whenever I actually connect to the Gmail account, अगर मैं Gmail अकाउंट को एक्सेस करना चाहता हूँ तो वो जो इंफॉर्मेशन सबसे पहले मेरे को डाउनलोड करना पड़ता है by the help of the web browser. So that's why I first of all establish the internet or internet connection. Then after that I open the web browser and simply type www.gmail.com. And after that it can actually download the subsequent page that is called the home page of the Gmail account, and that particular page is not available available with me in a remote system because that should be download from the server, and server is not actually at my side, वो actually कहीं दूसरी जगह पे. So that's why allow the particular user to log on a remote host, any particular host. जैसे कि अगर हम लोग WhatsApp यूज करते हैं या जैसे Facebook यूज करते हैं, any other application or any other application interface, वो हम लोग remotely actually handle करते हैं. And the last point says that access to distributed database sources and as well as information means it normally access the distributed database, like there are different type of databases there through which we can actually collect our information or personal information should be kept inside that. We can actually distribute our particularly resources or our sources and as well as information to others. So it is all about the 7 different like layers which is available with the OSI reference model. Please go through this particular video. If you have any doubt, then we can solve in the next video. Thank you.